It's Miles Veltenhill coming at you today with the Intellijel Jellymix Performance Mixer. I perform with this thing. Yeah, today I will be cosplaying as a synthfluencer gear review channel, I guess. So full disclosure, I work at Intellijel. I bought this from them. They're not paying me to do this, unless... Please. You might be wondering why I'm doing free labor right now for a company that I work for, off the clock, and the fact of the matter is, this is a grift. I want you to like and subscribe to this channel, please. I would love to monetize on every last bit of my passion and hobbies as much as possible. Would really appreciate that. So, Jellymix, I got unit 69, nice. This is going to be a little bit different than the production model in that I put a bigger knob on the main volume. What this video will not be is getting into the real technical aspects of this. Like, I'm not going to tell you, filter resonance frequencies and all that stuff. You can probably get a lot more technical sort of dives into this mixer from other channels, especially the main one. Shout out to Matt who makes the videos for Intellijel. And yeah, so what this video will be is I'm going to show you how I am using this in my setup currently and how I probably will be using this in my setup moving forward, not only for live performance, but as well as making music here at home. So let's get into it. Let's go. Okay, so let's go through the setup here on how I have everything connected to the Jellymix. So channel 1, I'm not actually using right now. I was playing around with like a microphone into here with an XLR adapter because there is a high Z mode, which is cool, but I'm just not going to use that channel for right now. Channel 2 is going to be my vocal effects processor, the Voice Live Touch 2. I have that just going to a SM58 and check 1, 2. Ooh, got some, I think just like auto-tune and some reverb and stuff. So there's that. I'm just gonna leave it. Oh man, I'm just gonna leave that muted for now because I just don't want that signal coming through. The mutes on this are very nice. It's a soft mute, so it won't just clip like aggressively. It's going to be a very soft mute. I don't know why I'm still holding this. Channel 3, that is going to be the Palette 62 modular setup, and this is full Intellijel sort of setup because again, I work for the company. It is what it is. Very thankful for that, by the way. Let's move on into channel 4. I have the Octatrack. If you know, you know. I love this piece of gear. This is like my desert island machine. Honestly, this is like my desert island setup. It's not even a good premise for a hypothetical. It's just, I just enjoy my setup, okay? That's all I'm trying to say. Very thankful. Then after that, we have channel 5, which is, again, there's nothing plugged in. Maybe I'll plug in the Moog grandmother later in this video if I really want to stretch it out. I don't know. How much do you really want to watch this? You're already sick of me talking. So let's get into a few more things, and then I'll stop talking and show you the sounds that this makes. Or, well, the sounds that are routed through it and why I find it very useful for my particular performance context and music making context. Filter section, pretty straightforward. You have a high cut, low cut, and there's a Q here, Q control, and you can select that for either the high cut, the low cut, and honestly, I haven't played around with the middle position too much, but whatever. This is not a technical video. I'm just going to show you how I use this thing, okay? And then, this is your block here for the main output. Again, this knob is bigger than production units because I work there. I just said I want a bigger knob. It kind of covers up the print a little bit, so I wouldn't advise it for aesthetics or whatever, but this is just functional for me to know that if I really mess up, I can find this knob quickly. That's my only thing where I will be like, okay, fine. And then this is your headphone output control because there's headphones on the back as well. A headphone, 1/4 inch headphone connection here. And what's cool about this is that you can toggle it between the main mix, so whatever's going on the mains, you can hear, or if you want to set it to the mutes, you can hear whatever's coming out of the mutes, which is great for, previewing, queuing things, like just getting everything kind of nice into a nice little pocket here. So across these 5 channels, there are, and stereo, by the way, stereo channels, there are aux send controls on the top here. You can do that either pre, post, or off. And then there is also Again, only on channel 1 there's a high Z, but for the rest of them there's also this low cut, which is, I just kind of have on usually for some of the things where I don't want too much low end coming in, like, this vocal channel. Great example of something that I would just keep that on for and forget about. Gain controls. And then you have this filter tilt thing, which is kind of like, I'm not going to get into the technicals of it because I don't fully, like, I can look at it and see, like, on an oscilloscope, like, what's going on here, and it's actually really cool how it tilts the filtering of everything. And I kind of play with that just to kind of, it's, for me anyways, it's more of an intuitive sort of like listening and dialing that in. Now, something I'm not using on this mixer as well right now is there's an external in A and B stereo, both of them. So what this allows you to do is just going to, like, if you had a sub mixer, let's say, or if I wanted to route things differently, like let's say I want to plug my Octatrack into one of these things and I didn't need any of the filtering, didn't need any of the aux sends or anything like that, which is not my scenario, but let's just say you have a sub mixer. You can just plug it right in here, going to go out to the mains. Simple as that. You have 2 of those. So if you have, I mean, theoretically, you could just chain a bunch of these jelly mixes together if you want to have like the most esoteric, well, not the most esoteric, but you can have a really wild setup if you just want to keep chaining into external inputs. The aux sends, this is what's cool. This is what made me go, yes, I really like this mixer a lot. So you have aux A, aux B, both stereo. For me, I'm routing my aux A to the palette input. There's a little stereo I/O module, so I can take, send out signals from the mixer to this input, run it through the multigrain, which I use in a live performance context of having it in live mode. I have kind of 2 presets I've been playing with, more or less. And then, it routes, it's modular stuff. I really don't want to get too much into it, but the long and the short of it is that I will record in usually a vocalization, not even a vocal sample, just a vocalization from my vocal effects processor, and it will route into here. And then I have, some envelopes that kind of change some parameters, do some microsampling stuff, and then C-legs, which is a delay with reverb module that will kind of make it more soundscapey, make it more, like, it's a sound design. It's fun. You should try it. So that's my aux A send. That's going here. My aux B send, that is going to go into the Octatrack, which allows me to, again, not only capture from my, my vocal channel, my vocal chain, it also allows me to run the modular into it as well. So, yeah, which is really fun because then I can take crazy textures from the modular, resample it into here for a few bars, and I have this set up so that, like, on the Octatrack, like these 2 channels, channel 2 and channel 5, or track 2 and track 5, those are going to be, again, just taking that aux send, and then I have track 2 set up to be an octave down, so I usually kind of hum and then start, distorting it so it creates like a growly bass sound, and then 5 is going to be set up where it's up an octave, and I, just play around with like some dark reverb on here. So let's see what this actually sounds like now in terms of, how I am doing my setup. So I'm going to set aux A. I'm going to turn that up about there. I think that's about where my levels are at, more or less. That's where my levels are at. It's going to be pre-fader, so this is muted, but the signal's still going here. And I kind of like capture a little bit in the multigrain, and I start setting up steps on the step sequencer. And now you can start to hear that coming through. So this step sequencer is basically setting up envelopes to change parameters on the multigrain, and now that's capturing that vocal sampling, right? And I can turn this up a little bit, I believe. It's a little low right now, just in my setup. I also might need to do some more gain staging here because this patch is a little weird. A lot of gain staging involved with this setup for sure, and it's not always dialed in 100% of the time. So now I can take the modular and send that out to the Octatrack via aux-B. Just capture a little bit of that real quick. And this is going to be an octave up, so it might sound like trash, but whatever, you get the point. Let's just wash that with some reverb right away. So you kind of start to see already where I'm getting this layering, this constant layering of things. And then let's actually send now the vocal chain to the Octatrack. Let's do that on aux-B. And this is where I'm going to start doing the humming thing so I can get that bass, that growly bass sort of thing going. Alright, let's see how that sounds. So yeah, like immediately, like this is like what I'm going to be doing for a while in terms of music making and performance. I'm really just kind of breaking down the mirrors and dissipating the smoke of this whole smoke and mirror setup. But yeah, and then, you know, what's nice now is I can play around with the Octatrack, you know, little low pass filter. And then I can count a little bit. I have some drum loops set up on here, so like, you know, it's gonna probably come in really loud, but let's go. Oh, I just missed the bar. Yeah, I just missed my count. Whoops. Counting's hard, but it's part of music. Let's go. Oh, and my drums were too quiet, dang. That's a little better. And then I guess I could start playing around with the filters on this mix too. So I'm gonna switch. Oh yeah, so I forgot to mention there's switches here to send to either main or the filter and then to main. So I'm gonna switch the modular to filter, and now I can really. And then we can even just, you know, throw the Octatrack to the filter sometimes. Yeah, so just like, you know, toggling the switches between the Octatrack and the modular to switch them, you know, inversely from the filter. And then, so what I was talking about with the soft mutes is I could just kind of go like, see how it's like kind of soft, it doesn't do a sharp cut, like you're not gonna get a click on it, it's just gonna be like, boop, out of the mix. And let's bring it back in. My timing is so off right now. It's actually, this is the first time I'm trying this whole streamer setup thing where I'm like, look at this camera, I got this camera up here. Speaking of thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, whatever the fuck. And maybe at this point I should just kind of shut up and jam it out for the last bit here. And yeah, enjoy. I guess I'll just cut really quickly to the last little bits that I have to say. So overall, if I had to actually review this, I don't have a rating system for reviews like this. The best that I can say is that I really do love this thing, just in terms of the build quality is solid. It is a nice metal chassis on this thing. I am in love with the sound. The filters are great. It's just so much fun to really lock in with this thing and dive into the routing and just, you know, it's a mixer. Like, what do you want? You know, if you are looking for a performance mixer with a bunch of TRS inputs, outputs, this is for you. If you're looking for XLR, that's not this. So just don't. What do you want? It's a performance mixer. It's so cool. Now, if there was any critiques that I have, it's just, you know, on this first run at least, the AC adapter that comes with it is a little too short. I kind of ran into this as an issue performing live, so it is kind of more like a desktop environment sort of thing. Can you tell that I'm not a synthfluencer yet? That I'm truly just cosplaying as someone who is competent in this sort of video genre? I make things, and you should check out those videos too if you enjoyed any part of this. Like, comment, subscribe. Yeah. Happy patching. And I don't have a sign off actually. What would be my sign off? All right, yeah, I think that about does it. So, how many times can I say like, comment, subscribe before someone does it? I mean, I know, like, at this point of recording, there's like 325 of y'all who've done the subscribing part. There's maybe like, I don't know, 5 of you who consistently like things. Come on, y'all, please, please. Help me.